Hello and welcome to the Insecure Chef. It's been about a week or two, I think, since our last video. So it's good to see you guys again. Today we're going to do a favorite of ours. We loved it. Anything with puff pastry, we love, especially me. I'm going to be doing ham and cheese turnovers, ham and cheese croissants, if you want to get fancy, in the Ninja Foodi using the puff pastry. Now, you'll see this recipe is for the newest of the Foodies, the OL series, because it does have a function that can be emulated on the older Foodies, but is very simple in this one. It's called Steam and Bake, and we'll be using that shortly. So let's get started. I'm going to take some thawed puff pastry. I'm just going to lay it out carefully here, like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take a second piece of puff pastry and lay it right on top, carefully. Try not to break it. If it does, you can mend it, but okay. Now, you'll recognize the crisp basket from the Foodi. I took the diffuser off. I'm going to use this as a template because I want to make a circle that I'm going to eventually fold into a triangle. And I want to make sure that the circles are, when put together in the Foodi, that they'll fit. So by using this as a template, you can be assured they'll fit inside. So I'm just going to place that down like that. And I'm going to hold it and cut around it through the two pieces of pastry. And again, you know, it doesn't have to be superb, but, you know, you want it to be something that looks like it was done by a human. So let's see here. And I probably missed back here. There we go. You may have a better way of doing this, but this seems to work fairly well. Let's see now if I manage to cut through the two of them. Alrighty. Put that over there. And let's see if I got through them or not. Well, I may have to do a little cleaning up work here. Like I said, you may have a better way of doing this. The important part is to make sure that the circle is not any bigger than the bottom of that diffuser, of that crisping basket. So, let's get the first one out. And this dough is a bit colder, making it a little bit more difficult to cut through. But I was in a bit of a hurry. So, alrighty, that's this piece of dough we don't need. And that will be the first circle. I'm just going to hide that over there. Didn't look like I cut through the second one very well either. So I can at least see the imprint, so I can make the circle cut. Like that. Kind of got through, but you get the idea. I was never much of a design baker or anything. So, yeah, all right. And hopefully that will do that. All right. And there's the second circle. All right. Not a big problem. I just move these side by side now, like so. Okay. Now, the recipe calls for brushing each circle with some mustard, regular mustard, Dijon, whatever you like. It would be normally done for both, but Regina is not happy with mustard, so it'll just be done on mine. I'm just going to put a little bit, and then I'm going to brush it. Kind of like putting your mustard on your cold cut sandwich. But I guess you wouldn't normally brush it. All right, and you can put as much as you like. You know, this recipe truly doesn't require any definitive numbers. I mean, I'll be giving you, you know, quantities I'm using, but it really comes down to your own taste. All right, that's good for me. That's the mustard. The next step is we're going to begin to build the ham and cheese. So these are slices of deli ham. I'm going to cut them up for my preference. You don't have to. You can put them in whole pieces or whatever you like. Just a personal preference that I have. That was one slice. You can see this is what the slice looks like. So, and again, I'm just pulling it apart with my hands and just laying it in there. So I'll be using 2 slices on mine. And babe, what are we doing on yours? Two as well?
I think so.
Okay, 2 as well. The difference between us now will be the cheese. So let me get this down in there, and I'll do the second one. You want yours pulled apart as well, or you want slices?
Even if you cut them in half and just...
You can tell there that was an important decision made. Very complicated.
Yeah, that's all.
I tend to answer these complicated questions. Like this is good enough? And I'll do the other one as well.
Yep.
Okay. Something like that?
Yeah, that's good.
All right. All right, there's your slices there.
Perfect.
And now we're going to put on the cheese. Now on mine, these are fairly long pieces of Swiss. I'm using Swiss here. You can most certainly use American. I assume you can use almost any cheese that melts easily.
Cheddar, Munster.
Yeah, soft cheese might be a bit of a problem if it gets too soft. But all right, I'm going to put a slice on there like that. A second slice like that. And now on Regina's, we'll get
just
one slice. Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
And like that.
Yeah.
All righty. And that leaves us with running out of cheese.
That's okay.
All right. Just move this out of the way for the moment. Okay, now, you could, of course, at this point, add anything else you'd like to put on there. But this is a very basic version. But you'll see how it works and how it comes out. And then you can see how many variations you can come up with. So, you know, it's not a big deal. Let me get my fork. Oh, I thought I took a fork out. Excuse me. All right. So now we're simply going to fold these. Okay. I'm trying to get the cheese out of the way. Simply going to fold this into a big triangle. Give it a press down a little bit. Okay. And now I'm going to use a fork, like you would with pie crust, just to squeeze these down so they stay together when they cook. You know, give them a good press. You know, it's not like when you're making blueberry muffin turnovers or such things where there's a lot of liquid and everything. There shouldn't be much sneaking out in here, and if it did, it would simply be melted cheese, and there's nothing wrong with that sneaking out. So, get that little piece of cheese out of there. Okay. So that would be one. If you're paranoid, you can do a little bit on the back too, if you like. Okay. So there's the first one. All right, I'm just going to move that over here. I'm going to duplicate that process on this one. All right. I'm going to get my fork, press them down again. And again, quick on the back end, especially the sides. And there's your second one. So there's the two of them, both made. I usually put a little marking on it to make sure I know which one's Regina's. And now I don't know.
I cut them in half.
I guess that's still yours. Well,
yeah.
You'll see the mustard, so you don't have to worry about it. Okay. I'm going to take my basket, again, now I'm going to put the diffuser back on it. Okay, am I going too fast for you then?
No.
All right, I'm going to put the diffuser back on. I'm going to give this just a little quick spray so it doesn't, make sure it doesn't stick to the basket when we're done. I doubt it, but a little quick spray of oil like that should work out fine. All right, I'm now going to put both pieces in here. Now this should fit perfectly because we cut the circles from the side. So you put the round sides around, and the second one goes in there like that. And there should be perfect, okay? All right, we're gonna go over to the Foodi now. All right, I'm going to turn the Foodi on. And again, as I told you, this is for the OL series Foodi. I'm gonna add about 3/4 cup of water. Like that. Going to take the basket, place it in the Foodi, excuse me, close the lid, and now for those who have the machine, you understand that. For those who don't, there's a very interesting slider here that now goes. This is the air fry stove top options that you'd get when it's on the slider is on this side. You see the mold down here. Here, if you moved it all the way over, you'd have your pressure cooking settings and now the automatic release of the steam or the delay. You can set all that now. For our purposes, we're going to be going to the center setting. You see it says Steam Crisp. And we're going to be setting it to steam and bake. You now see it says steam and bake. Hello, dog.
Hi, Eli.
And we're going to set the temperature to 350. Okay?
All right, wait, Eli.
And I believe it was set for 15 minutes.
Yes, it was.
All right, just want to make sure. I think that was correct, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're set to go. I got 350, I got steam and crisp, and we'll have the 15-minute time.
Right.
I'm going to let that start, and we'll be right back. Okay, that was my hand in front of the camera. My apologies for that. All right, we're just about done now. We're down to about 23 seconds or so. I'm going to lift the lid, take a look. See what it looks like in there. All right, looking quite good. I think that would be sufficient. I'm going to keep it there. I'll just going to scoop these out now with my handy dandy trusty Ninja Foodi kind of thing. You can hear the crispiness of that. I did spray this, right, baby?
Yes, you did.
Well,
Or is it sticking?
Maybe that wasn't sufficient enough.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of trouble here, folks.
It's okay.
I did oil the bottom of the pan, but for some reason it's giving me a bit of trouble. And that's a little unfortunate, but alrighty.
You got one?
Well, I think I might have one.
Okay.
It's hot though, let me tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I can get it out. Yeah, I've not seen that before, but again, word of warning, just make sure that you do properly. I'm being careful, that's why it's taking time. Trying to make sure I don't break it up because they are so pretty.
Yeah, they are pretty.
All right, I think that one will come out just nice now.
Yeah, I think you got it.
There we go.
Yeah.
All right, that one will go on that plate there. There you go, madam. You can get a forward. Good look at that one.
Oh, beautiful.
One. And just so you can hear the crispiness of, listen.
Yeah, you can hear that.
So you see how nice it comes out? Yeah, I'm gonna, you know what? This one can stay here for now. I'm trying not to break it up, that's all.
Okay.
Occasionally it'll come out. But I'm gonna leave it at that. Okay? So, a learning exercise here. A little bit more, when you work with the puff pastry, a little bit more oil on the bottom before you go. The important thing I noticed was, and I can't prove it, but I did notice it, depending on the brand of the puff pastry, I've had different sticking issues. Like when I've rolled out puff pastry on the counter, I usually use flour. One time I forgot, had no trouble. Other times with puff pastry, with the flour, gave me trouble. So my guessing it has something to do with the brand. No big deal. Anyway, there you go. Ham and cheese croissant, if you like. Or
Turnover.
All right, so from the Insecure Chef and his lovely wife, Regina.
Have a good night.
Same from me to you. Take care.